Good morning. Today we explore the life and career of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We know him as the Missile Man of India. As an occupation, he wore several hats. He was an engineer, scientist, author, professor, politician. He was born on 15th October 1931. He was born in Dhanushkodi, Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, in India. He died on 27th July 2015. At the time of his death, he was 83 years old. He was famous as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam as the President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was preceded by K.R. Narayanan, who was the President from 1997 to 2002. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was succeeded by Pratibha Patil, who was the President of India from 2007 to 2012. So let's get started and move into the life and career of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Bharat Ratna Awal Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam, generally known as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was elected against Lakshmi Sehgal in 2002 and had support from both the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Indian National Congress, the two leading political parties of India. By profession, he was a scientist and an administrator in India. He worked with the Indian Space Research Organization and Defence Research and Development Organization as an aerospace engineer before becoming the President of India. His work on the development of launch vehicle and ballistic missile technology had earned him the name Missile Man of India. The Pokhran II nuclear test conducted in India in 1998 after the original nuclear test of 1974 saw him in a pivotal political, organizational and technical role. After visiting NASA's Langley Research Center in Hampton, Virginia, the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, and Wallops Flight Facility in 1963 to 1964, he had started working on an expandable rocket project independently in 1965 at DRDO. Kalam received the government's approval in 1969 and expanded the program to include more engineers. In the 1970s, he had made an effort to develop the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle (PSLV) with an aim to allow India to launch its entire remote sensing satellite into Sun Synchronous Orbit. PSLV project was successful, and on 20th September 1993 it was first launched. An Indian Ministry of Defence program managed by DRDO in partnership with other government organizations launched the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, also known as the IGMDP, in the early 1980s. Abdul Kalam was asked to lead the project. In 1983, he returned to DRDO as Chief Executive of IGMDP in 1983. The program led to the development of four projects, namely the Short-Range Surface-to-Surface Missile, which we know as Prithvi, the Short-Range Low-Level Surface-to-Air Missile Trishul, Medium-Range Surface-to-Air Missile Akash, and the third-generation anti-tank missile known as Nag. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was a visiting professor at the Indian Institute of Management Indore, the Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad, and the Indian Institute of Management Shillong. He was Professor of Aerospace Engineering at the JSS University in Mysore and at Anna University in Chennai, apart from being an adjunct and visiting faculty at other research and academic institutions in India. He was the Honorary Fellow of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and the Chancellor of the Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology at Thiruvananthapuram. In his book India 2020, he recommended plans to make the nation a fully developed one by the year 2020. His interactions with the student community and his motivational speeches made him quite popular amongst the youth. In 2011, he launched a mission called What Can I Give movement aimed at the youth of India, which focused on defeating corruption in the country. He became the 11th President of India by succeeding K.R. Narayanan. He received the prestigious Bharat Ratna and became the third President to receive the highest civilian honour after Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan in 1954, Dr. Zakir Hussain in 1963. Tragically, on 27 July 2015, Dr. Abdul Kalam was delivering a lecture at IIM Shillong where he suffered a heart attack and his condition became critical. So he was shifted to Bethany Hospital where thereafter he died of cardiac arrest. His last words to Shrijanpal Singh were, "Funny guy, are you doing well?" On 30th July 2015, the former president was laid to rest at Rameshwaram's Pei Karumbu ground with state honours. Do you know that around 350,000 people attended the last ritual of Kalam, including the Prime Minister of India? So this is a short but crisp foray into the life and time of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So if you are looking to follow his path, go forth into studying his life and career even more deeply by going through the books that have been written on him, books written by him as well. Explore, and perhaps we will have the next Kalam in you. Thank you.